What up, players? This one's called Play or Get Played. I could end the video right there because that's pretty self-explanatory if you understand what I mean by play. But I'll break it down because I think it's important to really grasp this concept because I'm applying this to women, but when it comes to being able to play versus getting played, this applies to everything in life, not just women. But women represent life because women are a challenge to us men naturally. That's kind of their God-given gift to us is they just have this thing in them where they just got to challenge us and be a little bit hard to deal with, right? Not as to say we can't deal with them, but we have to learn how to accept this challenge and constantly dominate and come out on top. So what I mean by play or get played is if you don't be ahead of what you're dealing with, right? We'll talk about women, right? So you're dealing with a woman. You'll notice if you're not in front of the relationship, you're not leading, she's going to do whatever it takes for her to get in that position of leadership. She's going to test you to see how she can get ahead of you and have you following behind her rules and instructions, making things her way. And next thing you know, you're behind the 8 ball. You are following her towards nowhere. That's you getting played. That's what we don't want. What you do want is to be the one playing. Because now she's the one following you. She's the one that's on her heels. She doesn't know where you're going next because you're constantly thinking ahead. You're constantly progressing towards what's advantageous to you. You see what I'm saying? This puts you in a favorable position, and now you're getting to have things your way, as it should be. You shouldn't be out here running behind a woman looking stupid. We've all been there. But I'm here to remind you that you don't want to be in that position because ain't no telling where you're going to be going and ain't no telling when she's going to leave you out to dry looking goofy out here. Okay? So, why do I say all of this? It's important for you to understand this because first off, women, you got to understand women, man. And before you can even understand women, you got to understand yourself. I'm going to make a video on that of understanding yourself. That's the most important thing in life. Before you learn anything, master any craft, master yourself. Know who you are, point blank, period, before you even go and worry about a woman, about dominating some business, mastering some craft, or any venture you choose to take in life. Know yourself because that is the foundation that you can solidly stand on no matter what situation you're in. You know yourself, you're good to go. It don't matter if you're dead broke, you ain't got no job, you're homeless. It don't matter because you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, you know how smart you are, you know your personality, you know what you like to eat, you know this and that, what you like. You got to know everything about yourself, man. So we'll talk about that later. But women, right? Women, master manipulators. I'm sure you guys know you've dealt with plenty of women, hopefully, in your life, and you realized women have this natural gift of gab to have you doing things or in these weird situations where now you're kind of questioning yourself. Now you don't really know. If you don't know yourself well enough, you'll find yourself in weird positions where you don't know the answer to whatever problem she's presenting to you. And that's what you don't want to be in as a man. You want to always have the answer to something. Even if you might not even have the exact answer, you know how to find the answer, right? So I say that women are master manipulators, which in a way, game is manipulation in some kind of way. Manipulation, motivation. These two things are very similar, right? The word manipulation is looked at negatively. Motivation is more of a positive thing we think about, right? When we think about these words. But they're both two sides of the same coin, motivation and manipulation, right? And you want to be able to be a master of this. You want to be able to manipulate the world to be in your favor, to have things going your way, right? Even having a business, right? You're in the process of motivating people to buy your product or allow you to take your service, right? Or you're manipulating them in some way. A lot of businesses out here manipulate us with their advertisements to buy their business, right? To spend money with them, okay? This is a form of manipulation or motivation. These are one of the two of the same coin, like I said. So women are great at this naturally, which is why this is something that men, we kind of pick up later on down the road. Whereas women at a young age, they're very quick to be manipulative and sneaky and having things their way because, think about it, they're the weaker creature. They have to find ways to get the world to bend to their will in some kind of way, whether it's through sex or flirtation or just something suggestive to make you think, oh, I'm gonna get, this innocent woman. Yeah, I'll listen to her. And meanwhile, she's up to no good. She's up to whatever she's up to. And that's just how it is, right? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's just how it is. That's, if you want to be mad at that, I don't think you should, because that's like saying you're mad at nighttime for being dark and you only want it to always be sunny out, right? That's not how the universe works. We need balance, yin and yang. So that's what it is. What I say as a man, take note, learn how to use this to your favor and learn how to play the game back. Learn how to just watch how they do things, man. And this is why I point out, and I'm always going back to pimpology, right? The study of pimping, of pimps. I've done my fair share of learning about pimps and, Rosebud Bitterdose, man, from American Pimp. This documentary y'all should check out if y'all can. But he has a great phrase that he uses is always be playing. ABPs, stay on your ABPs. Always be playing, always be prepared, always be planning. ABPs, right? Always stay on top. It's another way of just saying you're always ahead. You're always staying ahead of everything. Don't let yourself fall behind, not just with women, but like I said, with life. And so this is important, man. You have to learn how to think. This is another thing. A lot of people don't think. They don't use their mind because it takes work to think about what you really need to be doing. How can you get ahead? Ask yourself these questions. You have the answers, man, but a lot of men don't have, a lot of men and people in general just don't know how to think. They don't use their brain to critically think. And God blessed us with a brain, man, more powerful than any computer in the world. And yet we don't use it. We just allow society to give us things to think versus sitting down and asking yourself these deep questions to figure out the answers in your life that you have the answers to them. You just got to really think, write it down. That's why I recommend writing things out, getting it out on paper, get some clarification, organization, and you'll find that you'll start having answers to things, right? You just got to use your mind and think, man. All right. So again, I recommend staying ahead, stay playing. In other words, always be coming up with the next thing. Always stay ahead of this woman in your life or women in general. Even when it comes to talking to women, have a few things you want to say, play out scenarios of conversations that you can have with women, right? This is really deep, man. I don't want to get too deep on it. I will be dropping more about this because the game runs deep, man. Game is infinite. This term game that pimps really came up with, but these dating coaches and people out here, they all pretty much borrowed it from pimping. It's watered down pimpology, all of it. These guys, I could go on and on about it, but this is something that I really, it's fascinating once you have a lot of game, and it just never runs out. It's infinite. It's like you climb these levels, you get to like level 10 and you think that's it. But then you get to the top of level 10 and then you realize, oh shit, it's like another 100 levels I gotta discover. And so you keep climbing that, and you get to that top of that, and you realize this shit just keeps going, and it never stops, because there's so much game, there's so much things that you need to learn, and that's just life. Life is just infinite information that can help benefit you to get where you want to be in life. And that's what we're all here for, man. We all want to win. I want to win. I know you want to win. I want to see you win. So that's why I'm here, man. Dropping game. Stay gamed up, stay sharp, stay learning too. Big key, all right? But that's really it, man. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I'll be dropping more on, like I said, just finding yourself, using your mind, and taking advantage of this God-given gift of logic that we have as men, all right? But that's it for this video, man. I'm gone. I'm holla at y'all next time. Peace.